Hello guys, it's Benji here. Today I want to welcome you to the second season of our Pro Cyclist mode at Adria Mobile. In the first season we conquered UCI Continental, and this season our team is continuing in the UCI Pro Continental League. We have plenty of new races on our schedule, and we have a few new riders in our team. We're going to check over that, we're going to do the preparation today, and ride the first few races of the season. Before we get going, let's take a look at our current stats. We've got an average of 75 now, 20 years old, so that is very good. We've got 66 flat, not that amazing, but 79 mountain, 75 hill, 73 time trial, and 70 prologue. Our cobble and sprint are abysmal, but our acceleration is going up towards 71, while our downhill is sitting at 70. Our secondaries aren't amazing either, but recovery is becoming pretty good though with that 73. Our barrier is low, but that pretty much only affects AI riders when it comes to getting in a breakaway, so it doesn't matter too much for us. In the first season we invested 8 skill points. We did those in willpower training, network attentiveness, technique, stealth, and super leader. We still have to explore the discovery ones and the charisma and fitness peak, but discovery seems to be overall just learning more about the riders around you, and I find that really unnecessary to invest points in because these other things are worth much more. Charisma as well, I don't spend these points, these race calendar and teammate requests, so I'm not sure it's even worth thinking about it. Obviously my feeling towards this might change if we look at the calendar and find some really interesting races. The reason I didn't choose fitness peak yet is because it seems very overpowered, and I've seen in other people's playthroughs, shout out to Kill Rob again, that it makes it super easy to be in shape all season, which is honestly not supposed to happen. We have a few new riders in our team. Mikkel Schlegel, he's now a member from Elkov that came over. Then we also have Rok Koroshek, and he's a sprinter. He's a bit of a lower grade one, but he's still a pretty good rider. Christopher Skjerping as well, Norwegian. I think he comes from UNOX development team. I'm not sure about that though. But for the rest, we've got pretty solid riders with us. We know the stats of a few riders now compared to last season. We've got Rajovic, whatever. He's 74 sprint. Marco Kamp 72 sprint. Then we have Crochet, which is 72 hill. I didn't know he was a hill rider, so that's handy. So you got Horvat being relatively overall, got 64-ish stats everywhere. He's got a good flat though, so that will come in handy. David Per is also a bit of a flat rider, decent in sprinting, and he's got a lower acceleration though. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we've got a pretty solid team. Still need to know the stats of Jarek Ommerzel and so forth, and these new riders of course. Just like last year, we've got a beautiful email sitting here that request these season objectives, so before we get to that, let's take a look at our calendar. Just like every season in Pro Cyclist mode, we start off with these cyanide cups. I am going to remove those, and I'm going to do so because they're not real races in real life, and I prefer to ride realistically. There we go, remove these cyanide cups. We're going to be starting the season in Murcia. It is a flat and mountainous parcours, Alto Fortaleza del Sol. Looks like a pretty fun stage, to be honest. We've got a mountain in the middle there near the end, and then a small hill to punch on near the finish line. The first stage is flat. We've got a small hill in there, but it shouldn't influence the race. Since going over the calendar is pretty boring to watch on the video, I'll just go through it all myself, decide which races I want to ride, and then come back to you with a proper list of races that is on our schedule. I've surprisingly changed quite a lot because we're spending like 34 points on this. I've removed the silent cups as I said before. Then we're going to be riding Murcia, which is that flat and mountain combo. We've got Trofeo La Gueglia, which is a hill stage. Kuurne Bristol Kuurne, that's a bit of an odd one. We've got a cobble race in here. I just want to see if we can survive the cobbles in a matter that, yeah, it's not the hardest cobble race, that's what I mean. Like if we can survive these cobble hills, then we should be fine, but it's gonna be difficult. We might have to go for a bit of a cobble upgrade, before this race, because we've also got Nokere Koerse after that. Industria in between, which is a hill stage. About Nokere Koerse, it's not as bad as Kuurne Bristol Kuurne, but there's still a cobble hill in there, so still gotta watch out. We can ride Milan San Remo if we reach like level 13, but I doubt that will happen on time. We will get Strade on time though, so potentially we could add that to our schedule. Would be a fun race to ride. Then after the first quarter of the season, we've got Giro di Sicilia. Hopefully this time we don't crash, and I want to ride that Etna stage right here. We missed that one last year because of the injury, but yeah, I do really want to ride that. Tour of the Alps after that. We've got 2 mountains in there. We've got a pretty good parcours for us. We started with a team time trial, I think. Then a hill stage. Mountain stage, that looks pretty impressive. Another mountain stage. And we finish off with a hill stage. Then Giro dell'Appennino, Tour de Romandie and Giro d'Italia. I'd love to ride the Giro, but we need to be level 13 by then, which will be difficult. We're going to do our best though. I don't think I'm going to ride Romandie unless we can't ride Giro d'Italia, because then we have this as our most important race of the season. Anyway, the next quarter we have pretty important races. First of all, the 2 Swiss races, Lugano and Argo. Then we ride the Mont Ventoux Denivelle Challenge, and it is just, finishing on the Mont Ventoux. Should be fun. Then the most important race of the season for our team, I would guess, Tour of Slovenia. And it looks like a good parcours for us as well. We start off with is that a team time trial? I think it is. It's annoying that you can't see whether it's a time trial or team time trial on this page, because you can see it on the overview page right here. That's a normal time trial, but if you zoom in here, then you can see that it's nothing because there's no icon anywhere. The second stage is a hill stage, a bit of a flat hill stage though. Then we've got a mountain stage, we have a flat stage, and we finish off with a hilly time trial. So a lot of time trials in this tour. We've got Championnat de Belgique, Belgian Championships next to that, ITT first, then the road race. We've also got Österreich Rundfahrt, which is a pretty cool race because the first stage is a 800 meter mountain prologue, which is special. It's very special. Flat stage, hill stage, mountain stage to the Edelweiss Spitze. We got I can't even pronounce this. The Dobrach, also a big climb in the end. Then a flat stage, and we finish off with a hill stage with a small hill in the end. So should be a fun race. Then we have Adriatica Ionica again. Looks like it's the same parcours as last year. Team time trial first, flat stage. Then we have the Passo Giao stage again. And then Grado and Trieste, a flat stage. For the last quarter of the season, we start with a lot of races, a whole lot of races. It's almost a full quarter of racing, to be honest. Now we start off with the GP Crunch. It is the hill stage we won last year. Larry H. Miller Tour of Utah, I'd like to ride that. Post Nord Danmark Rund is not really our parcours, but we have a time trial, so if we can survive the flat stages and do a really good time trial, then we might get a solid placement there. Tour du Poitou Charente, also same thing. Hilly time trial, the rest is flat stages. Ljubljana Zagreb is a hill stage. We've got Agostoni, same thing. Bernocchi, same thing. It's actually the parcours of GP Crunch, to be honest. After that, Pantaloni again, Matteotti, just like last season. We add Giro dell'Emilia to that. Tre Valli Varesine also being added. And then we have Milano Torino and Giro del Piemonte, also the same parcours. Like all these races are using the same parcours because they don't have the real parcours, which is kind of unfortunate. Then we can also ride the Tour of Huangxi, but I honestly don't know if I want to ride it. It's pretty much flat stage and one hill stage. Anyway, I like our choices, so let's confirm it, and let's hope this becomes a really fun season. When it comes to our objectives, I don't know what to do because, like at the start of the season, I'm not going to focus on Milan-San Remo, that's for sure. Probably on like Tour of the Alps or something, that would be fun, so let's do that. But for the second part of the season, I don't know because we've got potential Giro here, but I don't think our team is going to be able to ride it. It has a wildcard requested, but it's still a long way to actually get them. And then after that, we also have the Tour of Slovenia, which is probably more important for our team at the moment. So I think I'll take that as main objective this year, then we can focus on the Giro next one. The last part of the season, I'm going to be focusing on, don't actually know, gotta be honest, probably Larry H. Miller or something near that, because these races all follow each other, so if we can peak at the first one, we might still have the energy for the second and third one to do really well, so let's try and do that. Now, we'll have to change a lot when it comes to our actual training, so let's do that as well. So I skipped the day towards the 2nd of January to be able to do the training screen, and as you can see, it did work out quite well. On the left bottom you can see that we stay at the 100% for like 2 months in a row near the end there, near July, which is insane. And it's quite simple. At the start of the season I started on normal. I probably should have gone a bit higher to make this even better, but I started at normal, so I had to do it at normal. Then we've got hard, break. After that I go hard, break. Hard, break. Can you see a pattern? We just continue hard, break, unless we come towards a season objective like Slovenia here, or it's the Alps actually. Then we go all out hard for a few weeks. Then we start our pattern again. Break, hard, break. Then we've got a season objective again, so a lot of hard weeks. Then again, break, hard, break. Then again, break, hard, break. Again, break, hard, break. And we do that throughout the whole season, and this is what it offers us. In July, we start off on the 1st of July with 100% fitness. We keep it till almost at the end of August. Then we go down towards like 98%. Then we go back to 100 for another 2 weeks. And then we continue onwards with like 98, 98, and 100. And then we start going down. So this has been an insane schedule so far when it comes to the training here. I've got a feeling I forgot something, but I don't know what. So I'm just going to continue, and if I forgot something, then it'll probably come up in my mind and I'll be like, oh fuck, I forgot something. Anyway, let's continue forward towards this first race of the season in 6 weeks. So before that, we'll probably turn towards the level 9 at the end of this month. That should be cool. Then I'll probably try and get some cobble in for that Kuhne Brussel Kuhne. But I'll see in a second. There we go, February is here and we get our 55 points towards level 9. Now let's take a look what we will do. We've got a skill point and we have access towards World Tour races now. So we can ride Strade and so forth. We also need... No, we don't. Yeah, we don't get to give ourselves evolution of attributes nor potential. So that's unfortunate. I wanted to get a bit more cobble in for those cobble races. So let's try and get towards level 10 ASAP. Anyway, we can spend another skill point, and I'd love to do it when it comes to fitness peak, because then we can adjust our training and just get to know what that really does. But then again, I also want to try technique level 2 here. Aerodynamic position, you can occasionally adopt an aerodynamic position in order to obtain a slight increase in speed over gentle terrains. So I would love to try that. Then I'd also love to try fitness peak at the moment. So I think I'm gonna go for fitness peak and then go towards the technique level 2 on the next upgrade. Let us take a look at our training and see what that offers us. Can we do anything different? I think it just lengthens our fitness peaks, which is going to be really important considering we're at the fitness peak through the whole of July, so that should be fun. Yeah, we can't change anything, that's for sure, else it ruins the whole plan. Oh, this is handy to know that we get these kind of emails. We will not be going to Milano Sanremo, that is clear. We get an email for that. So we'll probably get that as well for the Giro d'Italia, because I don't think our team is going to be allowed in there. We also can't add this race to our schedule, or can we? Where is it? Strade Bianchi. It is right here. 8 points, it's not exactly too expensive, to be honest. It's going to be really hard to have enough points even to go to the Giro, so I'm quite afraid I won't be able to go there, even if we get into that race. But I'd love to like spend my points on Strade Bianchi now. Should I? I think I will. Is it worth it? 8 points for this kind of race? I don't really know, to be honest. It's a B-class race. We've got Romandy as well. That would be much more important for me personally. We've got quite a few mountain stages in there, so I could potentially change it and go to Romandy. I think I'll think about it for a second. We can change it later as well, so I'm gonna think about it and decide later on. Anyway, our first race of the season is here, Volta Ciclista a la Región de Murcia. We start off in a flat stage with one small hill, won't matter too much. I'm going to try and survive on this stage. If a teammate needs help, I'm gonna help him. But we're going to just wait until the next stage because that's our territory and that's where we can strike. When it comes to the other teams, we have pretty solid riders here. And yeah, I do think we have competition. For example, Roglic is here, Alaphilippe's here, Evenepoel, I don't know what his stats are, so it's gonna be curious to see what he can do. Now, I'm going to just sit up, I think, in the peloton and wait because there's not much else I can do. Gonna try and help out a bit where I can, but I won't spend all my energy doing so because, yeah, I do think that in general, we are the best rider for the next stage. Sierping is our leader. Really? Like, I don't get that. I don't know what his stats are, but I would have expected it to be at least like Rejovic, because he's got a better sprint, I would say, but apparently not, I guess. I've honestly only just noticed, like 20 kilometers in the race, that we have to ride at the front of the peloton for like 25 kilometers, so let's try and do that. And I've also learned that you can get 20% bonus if you do 20% more, not more than that. So we can do at least 30 kilometers, and if we go 30, then we will get the exceptional rating. There we go, we are about to succeed when it comes to our objective of the race. I had to go a bit faster than like 59ish early in the race, that's why my energy is lower. There we go, we've got everything. Let's try and move towards the back here and hopefully recover as much as we can. And hopefully stay on the peloton later on. We should be able to do that if we recover nicely. There's a good 19 kilometers left in the race, and at the moment it's looking like we won't even need to help much because... Oh, they're in my wheel. He's in my wheel. Okay. So I am actually helping Skjerping for the train, I think. What is he doing? He's going on the left now. Is he trying to follow me or someone else? Because at this point I don't even know. Gonna try and move to the left and see what he does. Nah, he's just not interested in my wheel, it seems. Okay. Guess I'm gonna just stay up here myself then. Does he take my wheel? Come on, Skjerping. Take my damn wheel. I'll bring you to the sprint myself, but you're just not interested. Come on. Rajovic is here as well, so potentially he wants to take my wheel, but it doesn't seem like it as well. Gonna stay in Vakoch's wheel or something just to worm my way towards the front, and hopefully it turns out well. We've got Colin Joyce here with Lichthart. Gonna try and follow Lichthart here. That seems like a proper train at the moment. I do think that the Van Poppel train will come out on top, so let's try and follow that wheel now. That's gonna be difficult. Energy Shell. We might not even have enough yellow, to be honest. Let's try and follow Skjerping, and let's try and sprint for it, because why not? Just sprint. We just need to be at the front of the race here. Skjerping doing really good, and he finishes in the top 5, I think? 6th maybe? Yeah, he finished 5th, so he does have a sprint apparently. Now Sasha Modolo takes victory ahead of Van Poppel, but that doesn't really matter for us. The next stage is the most important one. Like, I'm really curious what Skjerping's sprint is right now, because at the moment I've got not a single clue what it could be, and he did really well. He sprinted ahead of Kukler, De Wolf and so forth, so it's definitely above 71ish, I would say. So Moschetti's up there, Alaphilippe with a 3rd spot. Now Van Poppel up there as well, and Modolo takes the victory. Now we finished 14th. We didn't gain any time nor lose any time. Not a lot of people, well, no one lost time, so in general it's just a massive pack that finished today. Actually, I forgot to work the 30 kilometers. I went for 25 anyway. That's a bummer. I should have gone for the 30, my bad. We do have a very good evaluation on that, with Skjerping as well, so no real issue there. 99% again, and plus 15 points. Here we go, this is the stage I was talking about, and let's be honest, it's not perfect either. We've got a climb near the end with about 50 kilometers to go. I think it tops at like 45 before the finish line. Then we've got a downhill of 20-ish kilometers, and then 25 kilometers of flatness with a small climb hill thing near the end there on the finish line. I'm not sure this is something for us, to be honest. It's not hard enough, I would say, but I'm still going to try and do as much damage as I can on this huge climb. Potentially, if we can get over it with a small group of people, we might make it towards the finish line, but it definitely will not be easy to stay ahead. There we go, leader outsider right now. Looks like we've got most of the team working for us. I'm going to do that simple in the following way. Going to have someone protect us. That is going to be Rajovic, because his mountain is not great. And then I will be putting, I think, Skjerping at the front to work at like 65 to keep the pace up so that the breakaway doesn't get 9-ish minutes. The others will sit up pretty much at the front. Not too much at the front either, somewhere here. And they're going to do so on 80-ish. Then we should be fine. Yes, gonna sit myself up there as well, to be honest, so let's fix that too. And I think we should be ready. We've got a small KOM point at the start, shouldn't do too much damage. Then after that is this huge climb with about 45 kilometers to go. I'm not sure. Let's hope we can do enough damage on that. I'm not going to do a fierce attack or anything because we've got a large plateau after it. It's not really uphill, that last section. It's like falls flat or something, and then the last sprint is relatively uphill. So yeah, it's gonna be a pretty interesting result, I think. The ascension is here of the Alto de Espuña. We start right now. Actually, it's a 5-kilometer climb, this Espuña one, and then there's another climb after that technically. So it's actually 2 climbs, but we obviously consider it one, considering it's like 1 climb, you know. Now, I don't know, I think we're fine. I'm going to be putting Skjerping at the front at a solid pace of 85. I should have prepared this before the climb. I really should have. Now, I've got Kump in a pretty good role, so let's try and get him to the front a bit more. And let's just try and get everyone to the front. because at the moment we're just sitting at the back a bit, and I don't like that. I'll try and really set up a pace myself when we come towards that second part of the climb. Gonna try and... Actually, I should try and get Rajovic as well with me. Like that. That would be perfect. If I do it this way, then I can set up a bit of a train at the front. Let's try and get paired towards the front though, so that he potentially can join in the forces there. Let's try and do that. Same with the rest of the squad. Schlegel is coming towards the front, which is good. I should have prepared all of this before the climb. I just realized that on the climb. Anyway, I'm gonna have to go myself already. Because, like, the rest of my team is at the back or out of energy, so let's try and move towards the front. Probably not the best thing to do, to put myself at the front of the group already and go all out. But Alaphilippe is trying that with his whole team, so I don't know. Guess we're gonna see what they can offer us. We've got Evenepoel coming to the front. Vakoc up there as well. Schlegel now ready. I'm gonna try and use him to protect our boy now. I shouldn't have followed Sierping with Rajovic. Schlegel going all out here in this next section, and we're going to try and launch on this climb itself. Now, we've got 26 people left at the front. Looks like a lot of people are suffering under our very intense pace. We're catching the breakaway guys one by one. I think that's the last group ahead. Yes, it is. 4 people left. We've got Evenepoel trying to follow, but he's collapsing. Alaphilippe will probably try and jump towards us. Herrada's doing that right now. We've got a bit of a gap, to be honest. 40 seconds. That's not 40 seconds. Let's try and launch a bit of an attack again. We've got Frank and Rubinho still with us. Not sure how they are surviving, but they are. We have enough of a downhill to recover yellow, so we don't have to care about that. Only thing I do care about is the fact that I don't see anyone joining us yet, while riders like Roglic should. So let's hope we get at least a few people with us, because otherwise it's going to be a really hard task to bring this one to the finish line. Oh, we have some attacks in the back. We have the Marchi, Herrada, Roglic and Alaphilippe going for it. We're closing in on the top. We're losing a lot of yellow though, so I might not have calculated this perfectly. We might not make it towards the top, and we're actually going to survive it nicely, but we did lose our yellow, so let's try and recover that ASAP in the downhill hit. That should be possible. Gonna try and pace 70-ish, and we've got a minute and a half on the third group, 40 seconds on the second group. 4 people in the second one, and I just named them. Main names are Alaphilippe and the other guy, what's his name? Roglic. I decided to lower my pace because my recovery is not doing that well, so I'm just gonna move towards this group, sit up a bit. Looks like they're not gonna pace, which is so annoying. I'm gonna have to pace like 62-ish, I guess, to get at least a small pace in, but I'm pretty sure the second group will come back as well. That sucks. We gotta win the stage then. And the second group is back. We now have Freile, Nassen, Alaphilippe, De Marchi, Roglic, Carfi, Herrada, Lambrecht, Aramburu, Mulbege, Reichenbach and Pedrero. Quite a large group, and the next one is coming back as well. These guys don't pace, so like I just have to regenerate and hope that I can take the victory on that last hill, because otherwise there's no possibility in this race. Well, now everyone is back. 8 kilometers, a full peloton of 71 people. What the hell, mate? Nobody wanted to pace, and I didn't have the energy to do so, so I decided not to. We can't get any water anymore, but I do not really mind because we've got full yellow, so we shouldn't suffer too much under that. 7 kilometers, now Vakoc is coming towards the front. We've got Schlegel back. He can protect us a bit, but I doubt that's going to matter too much. We're just waiting for the climb to begin, to be honest. Gonna try and move a bit more towards the front though before this one really comes towards us. Gonna try and start pacing at the front because I need to be in the first position to be able to respond to most of the attacks. Last 3 kilometers, looks like the climb is just about to happen. Let's see, we've got Armé going for Lambrecht on the right here. I think the pace is going to go really up when either Alaphilippe or Lambrecht decides to go. Gonna try and move to a higher pace. Energy Shell, forgot about that. Gonna try and launch past the people that fall. We are in the wheel of Alaphilippe pretty much. Gonna try and go 99 now. Last kilometer, I'm gonna start sprinting myself. Alaphilippe's gonna take it because he has the best acceleration. We're not even gonna come in the top 4. We're gonna come 5th, it seems. It's gonna be close with Aramburu, but Roglic takes it. Holy crap, what a sprint in the end there. He takes it and we finish 5th. Not perfect, but we couldn't do much more. We don't have the punch that they do, and in the end, we couldn't really make the difference on the climb. We did, but in the downhill, they just came back. We tried our best on the climb, but it just didn't pay off. We finished 5th. On the same time, that should bring us in the top 10 of GC, I would think. Let's take a look. Indeed, we come 4th in the Vuelta Ciclista a la Región de Murcia. Bit disappointing. I expected at least a bit better. We could have beaten a guy like Herrera, but we just didn't have the route for it. One thing I don't know is why Roglic didn't win GC, because they're in the same time and Roglic won this stage, so honestly don't have a clue what the reason is, to be honest. We actually got our objective, which was a top 5 in the stage. I didn't even know that. We also have good satisfaction when it comes to the rest of our performances. 56 points extra, which is a pretty good expansion of our points towards level 10. Anyway, I think that's about it for this episode, guys. We had a good start when it comes to the preparation. We started off with Murcia. Decent result, not amazing. We probably could have done better in some way, but it just didn't pay off what we did. In the next episode, we're going to be taking on Kuurne-Brussel-Kuurne, GP Industria, dan leeft Nokere Koersen, and the first race, which I looked over just a second ago, Trofeo Laigueglia. We've got 2 hill stages in there and 2 cobble stages, so it's going to be pretty interesting to see if we even have anything for those cobble stages, or if we will just be purely massacred on every single piece of cobble. Now, hope you liked this episode. If you did, tap that like button. I'm looking forward to the next one already. I hope you are as well. Goodbye, guys.